who's ever been called weird for being fascinated by true crime?
Guilty, because we have too.
So welcome, you have found your people.
Consider this your safe space where we deep dive together into the world's most shocking killers and crimes, so you don't have to.
All you've got to do is listen.
Don't blame the mum. New episodes every Monday.
Find us wherever you listen to your podcasts.
At the UPS Store, we understand the importance of a first impression. That's why we're here to help you put your best foot forward and be unstoppable with our printing services. With high-quality paper stock options, banners, business cards, menus, and more, we make sure your small business stands out and your message reaches the masses. After all, we're the one-stop prints that pop store. Most locations are independently owned. Product, services, prices, and hours of operation may vary. See Center for details. The UPS Store. Be unstoppable. Come into your local store today and get your print on.
Hello, and welcome to It's a Fandom Thing. I'm your host, Erin Marlowe, and each week I'm joined by a panel of guests to discuss all things fandom and pop culture, primarily from a female perspective. You'll find everything from fanfic, to cosplay, to Schitt's Creek, to Supernatural, and everything in between. So put on your favorite piece of fandom merch, set aside that fanfic that you're writing about your OTP, and sit back and enjoy this week's episode. Hello, and welcome to this week's episode of Pop Culture and Fandom News. I'm your host, Erin Marlowe, and on Friday's episode, we were going to be talking about Train Spotting. You probably heard me complain about this in the last episode, but you cannot stream this anywhere. It's impossible. You can't even rent it. You know what I mean when I say renting. And it's so annoying and stupid, especially since it's celebrating an anniversary, like an important anniversary this year. So unfortunately, we will not be talking about that movie today. We will eventually someday talk about that movie, and I will invite Sara back because Sara is here. So we have changed it. We are going to be talking about Gen X movies that shaped us. It's just going to be laid back and fun because I'm like, we got to do something. And I liked the fact that, we're recording this way in advance for me, and I'm going to have like a whole weekend off. So it's like, woo! Yeah. So hi, Sara.
Hello. Although I am bummed about Trains. Oh my God, I was so annoyed. It's still one of my favorite movies. And I was like, yes, I get to watch it again because it's been probably 15 years since I've seen it. So I was so excited about seeing it again. And I'm like, oh, it's not available anywhere.
But that's such a bummer. It's the same kind of thing that that happens all the time I've been wanting to do a River Phoenix episode for years. And the problem is most of his movies are not streaming. Like every time I've wanted to do that, which is so bizarre to me. I mean, right now you can watch, there is one of the last movies he did, The Thing Called Love. You can watch that right now on Pluto.
Okay.
And Stand By Me was on Netflix, but I think it's gone. They are like re-releasing it in theaters though, because of the anniversary and stuff. So, but it's been so hard. And I people who've listened to this probably know how that is like one of the celebrity deaths that impacted me probably the most. Honestly, yeah, of all of them. So someday we will talk about River Phoenix. I just don't know when it'll happen. I'm going to try my hardest. If like all of a sudden all his movies are streaming and it's not even near a time when we would do it, I'm just going to try and get people together and we'll just record it way in advance because I want to talk about this man. But I'm sure one of his movies will come up on our episode on Friday. But before we get to that episode, we're going to get to some pop culture and fandom news. So, Sara, what is one thing you want to talk about in pop culture or fandom?
I am super excited because I am going to New York City next week, which I am from New Jersey. So my parents still live in New Jersey, but the company my husband works for just took over management of a hotel in Midtown. So we have a free hotel, which is fantastic. And I got a ticket to see Dog Day afternoon. I know. I'm
no,
sorry.
I'm
sorry.
I'm so excited for you. I'm excited for you. I'm excited for you.
I know you're going to be like,
no, I'm excited for you.
I am so excited to see this because ever since it was announced with John Bernthal and Eben Mosk,
Baccarat.
Baccarat, one day I will pronounce his name correctly.
I'm probably not
But I
even
love
pronouncing
him.
it correctly.
I love him. Ever since it was announced, I've been like stalking when tickets go on sale and everything. And I'm like, can I make this work? I don't know. Blah, blah. So when I found out that my husband was going to be traveling back and forth, and he's like, well, why don't you come with me for a week? Okay, I guess, if you insist. And I think it's still in previews right now. I'm not sure, but I am so excited for this. And also because I have not seen a Broadway production. Well, I've seen touring companies, but I've not seen an actual like on Broadway, New York City production in, probably 10 or 12 years. It's been a while. I mean, growing up in New Jersey, we went all the time and have gotten to see some fantastic productions. Like I saw Rent with the original cast, where it was Jesse L. Martin and Adam Pascal and Anthony Rapp and Taye Diggs. And, living in that area, I had the opportunity to see a lot of like great productions with like really fantastic casts. And it's been a while, so I'm really, really excited about this one. I cannot wait. And I'm kind of bummed. Like I asked my husband if he wanted to go, and he's working, and he's like, I don't know what hours are, and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, fine, I'm going to go by myself.
Yeah.
You work. I'm going to go into a Wednesday matinee. Have fun. So I'm hoping the stage door is still a thing. I don't know.
I think it is, because I think I've seen on my TikTok lots of stuff from this play because it's in my algorithm. And I think I saw some people there at the door, but I can't remember and meeting them, but I could be totally wrong about that.
I'm going to have to look it up. Yeah.
But if you meet them, that will be so awesome. I will also
I will turn into a giant pile of goo. I will just melt into the sidewalk. That is what will happen. So, I mean, it's a matinee, it's a play. So I imagine it's not going to be like too late in the afternoon. So, I'm hoping if the stage door is still a thing, I can get my playbill signed.
Fingers crossed, man. That's so awesome. I mean, yes, I am jealous, of course, but I'm so happy for you that you get to do it, though. It's just a jealousy of like, but I think that's so exciting. And they just have such a great friendship off camera. So
they do.
And off the stage now, too. But so I think that's so exciting that you get to see them perform on stage, because there's something very different about that. I have never seen a play or a musical in New York, ever. Someday I'll have to do that. But I mean, I've seen touring productions, but nothing like that.
Yeah, I know. My parents have gotten to see many. They saw Amadeus, oh God, I don't know how many years ago, with Michael Sheen.
Wow.
What? They were watching Good Omens, like the first season of Good Omens, and my mom's like, oh, he looks really familiar. I'm like, have you not seen anything with Michael Sheen? But all right, whatever. And she's like, we've seen him in a play, and they have, I mean, seriously, they have all the playbills of everything they've seen. So she went back and looked, and she's like, yeah, we saw him in Amadeus. I'm like, you suck. You really suck. I hate you. No, I really don't. I love my parents. They're wonderful. But yeah, some of the things that they've been able to see just because of proximity.
Yeah.
Kind of jealous.
Yeah. Well, I'm excited for you, so I can't wait to hear about it.
Oh, I'm so excited. Yeah. I will give my full report. Don't worry.
Well, what I'm into is like totally different here. And it's this movie that I checked out on Hulu called Anniversary, and it came out last year. And it stars Diane Lane, Kyle Chandler, Madeline Brewer, Zoe Deutsch, Phoebe Denver, Dylan O'Brien, McKenna Grace, and Daryl McCormick. And this is like a movie that I just kind of watched the trailer and I went, okay, whatever, I'll check it out. And this is a movie about this. There's an anniversary for Diane Lane and Kyle Chandler's characters are married, and they have 3 daughters and 1 son. And their son, played by Dylan O'Brien, is bringing his girlfriend home for the first time. And she is someone who used to be Diane Lane's character as a professor and used to be a student of hers. And she wrote this manifesto for the class that was basically a fascist manifesto. And so what happens is this woman who wrote this thing called The Change, writes this book. All these people read it, and you follow over the years as the United States turns into a fascist regime, which very far-fetched, right? Just kidding. And it basically focuses on this one family and what happens to them. And the performances in this movie are so good that I actually cried at one part. I do wish, though, that this film had gone even deeper into some of the themes I think it was trying to explore with white women and how a lot of us will very readily give up our rights just to maintain our proximity to white supremacy. And because you see that with a couple of women in here with a couple of things that are done. And I wish it had delved even deeper into that because I think that was part of what it was trying to talk about. But it's heavy. I will, spoiler, it's not a happy ending at all for this movie, like at all. It's like a horrible ending. So, I mean, not horrible, like, it sucks because it ended that way. It's more of a realistic ending. So be prepared for that. But the performances are so damn good in this movie. And it also just made me realize last year and this year with Send Help have been the years of me discovering what an incredible actor Dylan O'Brien is. He is such an incredible actor. And he plays such a creepy, scary person in this movie who becomes scarier and scarier. And I mean, he was sleazy in Send Help, but in this, he's like totally freaky. So if you can handle the subject matter that is on Hulu, it is almost 2 hours long. So it's a lot of that, but it's a great cast. And like I said, once again, the performances are so good that I cried at one part. So that's why I recommend it, is mainly the performances. I just wish they had gone a little bit deeper into it, but it's timely, sadly.
Dylan O'Brien has come a long way from The Maze Runner.
See, I never saw The Maze Runner and I never watched Teen Wolf. So I never knew who he was. And then last year I saw Twinless, the movie that I will push over and over again. And I went, oh my gosh, this person is an incredible actor. And then I saw Send Help and then now this. And I'm like, oh man, he's so good because 3 very different kind of characters. So.
No, my youngest, Cameron, was a big fan of the Maze Runner series.
Oh.
So we watched all the movies.
Okay.
Because he loved the book so much. And it's your typical teen dystopian. Yeah. Not that he was, it's not that he wasn't, I mean, he was good, but it's, the roles that he's taking now are a complete different, he's definitely matured.
He's taking adult roles.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, well, we're going to take a quick break. And when we come back, we are going to watch the trailer for Obsession. And I don't know if Sarah has watched this trailer yet, but I cannot wait to get your reaction to this trailer.
Yeah, no,
Oh
I don't like watching these in advance.
I love that people don't watch them in advance. It makes me so excited.
Because I want the reaction to be like, I want the reaction to be real.
Yeah. No, that's why I love when people don't watch them in advance.
Yeah. So I don't like watching them in advance for that reason, because I want it to be like, I don't want a couple days to like mull over it and be like,
yeah, and unfortunately, I have to watch them in advance because I have to make sure, because I'm trying to find something. I have to make sure. I can't be like, we're just going to pop this one in there and then we watch it. And it's like, holy crap, we should not be, it's
what
propaganda or something. So that's why I watch them in advance. So we'll be right back with the trailer for Obsession. I don't know about you, but I like keeping my money where I can see it. Unfortunately, traditional, quote, big wireless carriers also seem to like keeping my money too. After years of overpaying for wireless, I finally got fed up with crazy high wireless bills bogus fees and those, quote, free perks that actually cost more in the long run, and switched to Mint Mobile. With premium wireless plans starting at just $15 a month, you could be saving so much money. Since I switched, I'm saving over half of what I used to pay. With those other carriers, I was never sure if I was going to have that 5G coverage, because sometimes I'd be in the middle of watching something, I'd lose connection, I'd walk a block away, and all of a sudden, 5G network, poof, gone. But since switching to Mint Mobile, I no longer have to worry about that, because all plans come with high-speed data and unlimited talk and text delivered on the nation's largest 5G network. So stop overpaying for wireless just because that's how it's always been. Mint exists purely to fix that. Mint Mobile is here to rescue you with premium wireless plans starting at $15 a month. Bring your own phone and number. You can activate with eSIM in minutes and start saving immediately. No long-term contracts, no hassle. So ditch overpriced wireless and get 3 months of premium wireless service from Mint Mobile for $15 a month. I use this and you should too. If you like your money, Mint Mobile is for you. Shop plans at mintmobile.com/fandom. That's mintmobile.com/fandom. Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month, 5GB plan required, equivalent to $15 a month. New customer offer for first 3 months only, then full price plan options available. Taxes and fees extra. See Mint Mobile for details. Okay, so it is that time, everybody. Pause us, click the link in the show notes. I will tell you, this is a horror movie. This is very much a horror movie. So if you are not into that, you can just listen to us react to this because you will see horror elements in this. This is a movie that was just at South by Southwest again. It has been at other places, and people it was one of the ones, I believe it was at TIFF. They do like Midnight Madness, and so they show movies that's where The Substance premiered, or one of the places it premiered. And so this movie has so much buzz about it, which sometimes makes me go, oh gosh, I hate when they do that to horror movies because then it sets your expectations. Yeah. So anyway, so here we go. You hit pause, and then, when you hit play, we'll be back with our thought. Okay. So we just watched the trailer, Sarah. So we just watched the trailer for Obsession. I'm sorry, your face. Are you okay?
I know. I have weird facial expressions.
No, I love it. It's so are you okay?
Oh, no, I'm fine. But now I understand the title of the film. Makes perfect sense.
So, what do you think?
Well, I understand the genie in Aladdin so much better, why he won't make people fall in love with each other. No, this one looks, all seriousness, sorry.
No.
This one looks really good. And I mean, it really, just from the trailer, it kind of, it does touch on that, how people can be all consumed with someone and not in a good way. Well, actually, I don't know if there's ever in a good way. It's probably never in a good way, but how disturbing and dangerous that can be. Yeah, this is I could see why there's a lot of hype about this one. Yeah, I think this is one that I'll definitely be watching at some point. I don't know if I'll go see it in the movies or not. I really need to go to the movies more. I don't do that enough. But anyway, yeah, this one looks really good.
Yeah, I'm excited to see this. It's funny because there was a teaser released for this movie, and I was like, oh my gosh, I hope they don't release a long trailer for this movie, because the teaser was just the scene of him in the car making the call saying, is there a way you can reverse a wish? Or is it?
Yeah.
And that was all it was pretty much. And I was like, oh, that's a great way to do a teaser.
That is a great teaser.
I really am not that pissed that there's a lot given away in this trailer, to be honest. So it doesn't really bug me as much as it does sometimes. But it looks like a ton of fun. It looks like, I don't know, like it's going to be a blast. And I'm excited to see it. I am really, really super excited to see it. I've heard that the performances are really great, especially from the lead actress. And it looks like she's going like all out. So
Yeah.
I'm excited for that.
Yeah, I would say so.
I'm excited to watch that. And it also kind of is reminiscent in a way of the Supernatural episode, the Wishing Well one. And with the person who ends up obsessed with Ted Raimi's character in there. And it's kind of like that, except for upped, like,
Amped up quite a bit.
So, but yeah, it reminds me of that a little bit too. But I'm excited for it, and it looks. I love fun horror movies, and especially if you get to have someone who's really, really going all out, and it looks like she is. So, I can't wait for it, and I hope it lives up to the enormous hype around it. So, I really hope it does. I didn't see Undertone, so I can't say whether or not that lived up to the hype because I didn't get a chance to see it, but I'll see it at some point. So anyway. Okay, well, we're going to take another quick break. And when we come back, we're going to talk about terrible, awful people. We're going to talk about, no, I shouldn't say it that way, but we're going to talk about parasocial relationships, the internet and social media, and people harassing Barry Keoghan about his looks. So we will be right back. Okay, so Barry Keoghan left social media a while ago because of the abuse he was getting. He was getting harassed. He's been called ugly, all this stuff that was absolutely horrible. And he left because of that. And people were also saying stuff, I believe, also about his child. And so he didn't want to be around it. But when he has new movies that are coming out, like he's in the Peaky Blinders movie thing that came out, and when he has new stuff coming out, he will check. He said he just will go on sometimes and look. And the harassment and the abuse has made him want to leave acting and not want to be on screen anymore. And a lot of the abuse has come because of his looks. Now, he's grown his hair out because he is playing Ringo Starr in the upcoming, the stupid, I'm sorry, I'm not really excited about these. The individual biopics that'll be from the point of view of each individual Beatle. So whatever. I don't know. I'm not really excited about them, but the Sam Mendes Beatles cinematic event. And so he's grown his hair out. So he's been getting insulted about that and all this stuff. And so this just led me to a topic we've talked about before. And that is how people forget that these people are people too. Actors are people too. Celebrities are people too. They have feelings too, believe it or not. And social media has made it where people feel more comfortable doing this kind of shit. This is so fucked up. Even if you don't like him as a person or whatever, why would you go after something like that? It's one thing if, someone's political beliefs, stuff like that, but to go after the way someone looks or be so abusive that they don't even want to be on screen anymore is awful. So, Sara, your thoughts on this?
This type of shit has been going on for years. And with social media, it has just gotten worse. I mean, the first one that I can remember, or the first ones that I remember, and this was, the internet was just beginning at this point, was Jake Lloyd and then Hayden Christensen in the Star Wars films. And the amount of, and this, I can't, like, if social media had been a thing at that time, I can't even imagine. But both of them, and Jake Lloyd, I mean, he was like 10, 12 years old at the time. And these people, adults in, I'm assuming chat rooms or whatever, I wasn't really paying attention at the time, were going after him. And I'm like, he's a child. Like, what gives you the right, or what makes you think that you have the right to attack a child like this? And I don't know if he's done anything since. Now, Hayden Christensen, at least the Star Wars fandom has embraced him again. And I've actually met him at Denver Fan Expo, and he was lovely. Absolutely wonderful. So it was nice to see them embracing that again. However, with social media now, and I don't know a lot about this actor. However, I do want to see the new Peaky Blinders movie because I haven't seen the whole season or all the episodes, but I have seen quite a few because my husband was watching them, and I love Cillian Murphy. But I don't understand. Like, does this make you feel better about yourself? Attacking
I know.
someone looks? I don't understand that. And I mean, I feel like people who do this, who attack celebrities, athlete, anyone who is in the public eye, I feel like they're cowards. Like they're doing this to make themselves feel better about themselves. I mean, I am one who has no self-esteem whatsoever, but I would never feel the need to attack someone in the public eye like that. Like there's I don't understand it. I don't understand what is going through the minds of people, these what they call keyboard warriors or whatever. I don't understand what's going through their minds. Are they just trying to get a rise out of people? I don't get it. I don't get it. And it's disgusting. It's disgusting. I mean, that's, social media has there are some positive aspects about it, but then there's this awful, there's this awful dark side, which sometimes I feel like is outweighing the good, unfortunately. And it's just disgusting. I don't get it. I don't get it. And like I said, I don't know much about this actor, but from reading the article that you had sent out, it was just awful. And I don't blame him for wanting to get in. And there's been a lot of celebrities that have done that have removed themselves from social media, like Robin Williams' daughter after he died. Zelda, she removed herself from social media because of the amount of negative comments about his death. I'm like, her father just died. Like, how can you be so nasty about that?
Yeah, and she was also being sent AI stuff with her dad too.
Was she?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, and that was a big, huge thing that really pissed her off because his estate is very clear about the fact that no AI can be used with him.
Oh, wow. No, I didn't know that. They were
trying to
even
send
worse.
like AI stuff of like his voice, I believe, or something like that. Yeah, thinking she would like it.
No. Yeah, no. Well, I mean, we had that whole conversation about Val Kilmer with that too. But anyway, I don't know what's wrong with people. And that's what upsets me because I always try to see the good in people. And I feel like lately it's just a lot of disappointment because I think a lot of people are showing their true colors.
Mm-hmm.
And it's upsetting. It's disappointing. It's horrifying. And I won't say I don't know how to feel about it, but get a life. That's pretty much what I have to say about that. Get a life. Like, there are more important things for you to focus on than what he looks like.
Mm-hmm.
Like, why are you so concerned about this? There are more important things for you to be focused on.
Yeah, no, I mean, I completely agree. I'm a fan of Barry Keoghan as an actor. I first saw him and took note of him in The Banshees of Inisherin with Colin Farrell. And he was also in another movie with Colin Farrell called Killing of a Sacred Deer. I am not really a big fan of that movie, but I know a lot of people like it, so it's weird. But he was also, of course, in Saltburn. And the thing that happened with Saltburn is he does a lot of really wacky things in Saltburn. And his character does, like all of the scenes that movie is known for, like the graveyard scene, the vampire scene, the bathtub scene. I'm just saying these because that's what they're labeled as, and so that I'm not spoiling it for you. And then, of course, the final scene with him. And so I think because he was in a movie like that, I think that even encouraged people to go further with it because he does some out there stuff in that movie, but that's his character and that's not him. And I think what people forget about with celebrities and actors is that they aren't their characters and they're people. People do not want to acknowledge that. And I think a lot of it also comes down to jealousy and being envious of somebody who can get things that maybe you can't or has stuff that you don't have. And it's easy to say this stuff when you're behind a keyboard, but if you were face to face with him, I don't know if people would say this. Although the thing is that, as someone who's been a soap fan forever, soap actors have dealt with the fact that they will go into a grocery store and people will throw things at them. People have yelled at them because, they were getting in the middle of their ship. So people will do it in person too. It's just, I think with social media, it's gotten worse. And it's just sad to me that you would bully someone so much about their looks that they would leave social media or not feel safe or want to quit like their dream. He's doing what he wants to do with his life. You're making it so that he doesn't want to do that anymore. That's awful. And he's a great actor. He's an Academy Award nominated actor. So it's like, you're totally being like a total shit. And yes, I admit when we had the preview of that Crime 101 movie that he was in, and he has the blonde hair. So yes, we did go, oh my gosh, he has blonde hair. But that's different than saying, oh my gosh, you're so horrible and ugly because you have blonde hair.
Yeah.
It just was shocking.
It was
to
just
me.
more like, oh, you have blonde hair. Yeah.
It's not, it just was shocking to me. So all of this really, really bothers me. And again, it's that thing of reality, not reality. So please remember that people are people and celebrities are people. They're human beings just like you and me. And you can't just feel like you can harass them because you feel like maybe because they are celebrities and they have money that it's just going to that's going to just roll off their back. And it's just not going to. So, yeah.
No, and it's amazing. Like people really don't have, there are a lot of people who really don't have a concept of reality. I remember, I think I've told this story before, but House MD, which was a show on Fox, took place at Princeton Hospital in New Jersey. I grew up 15 minutes from there. When my oldest was a toddler, he had an asthma attack overnight when we were staying with my parents, and I had to take him to Princeton Hospital because that was the closest one. And jokingly, I asked the nurse, I'm like, oh, so how many people do you have come in here and ask for Dr. House? She's like, oh my God, people have no concept of reality.
Mm-hmm.
And it's true.
Yeah.
They don't. A lot of people can't separate the actor from the character.
Yeah. No, yeah. Mm-hmm.
But there's a lot of people, like you were saying, with the soap actors that they can't make that distinction between, okay, this is a person who's playing a character and this is their character, and they're not the same person.
Mm-hmm. So just in conclusion, just please remember that they are human beings with feelings as well, and to not harass them and not to harass them about the way they look either. Okay, well, that'll do it for this week's episode of Pop Culture and Fandom News. So thank you for joining me, Sara. And we're going to go ahead and close out. And Sara, tell everybody where they can find you.
You can find me on Facebook at Sara Vaccaro Barnick. That is BARNAIK. Or on Instagram at NateCamMom. That is NateCammom.
Awesome. Thank you. And Fergie the dog would also not want you to harass these people. And you can follow her on TikTok at Schroeder and Fergs. That's SCHROEDERANDFERGS. It's long, but it's worth it. To find all our past episodes, to find links to our social media, including our Discord server, head on over to our website. It's a fandomthingpod.com. And while you're there, consider becoming a Patreon supporter today. For as little as $3 a month, you get ad-free content. You get episodes a day early. You occasionally get bonus episodes like It Should Be Out by Now. The episode Carla and I did talking about the movie The Bride. And yes, quote unquote, Christian did stop by. And so we spoiled it and we had an in-depth conversation about it. I think it's a really good conversation. You also occasionally win prizes, like for our upcoming marathon streaming event taking place on May 16th from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. I will be streaming for 12 hours. I'll have lots of lovely guests, and I give away prizes to some of my Patreon supporters. I basically just draw names out of a hat, and you get prizes that have been donated or stuff from our Redbubble store. So click the link in the show notes or head on over to the Support Us tab on our website. It's afandomthingpod.com. And on Friday's episode, Sara will be back to talk about some Gen X movies that made us or shaped us. So until next time, remember, it's a fandom thing. Black Lives Matter, Stop Asian Hate, and Free Palestine.
With Vrbo's last-minute deals, you can save over $50 on your spring getaway. So whether it's a mountain escape, city break, or a week at the beach, there's still time to get great discounts. Book your next stay now.
Average savings $72. Select homes only.